Chapter 26. The Secrets of Pine Gap. The approach to Pine Gap was unlike anything I had experienced before. From the window of the helicopter, I could see the barren red landscape of Australia stretching endlessly in every direction, the desert silent and vast beneath us. Then, almost out of nowhere, the facility appeared, a cluster of domes, antennas, and hidden structures, bristling with purpose in the middle of nowhere. I had read whispers about it before. Officially, it was a joint U.S.-Australian intelligence base, buried in the red heart of the continent. Unofficially, it was spoken of in the same breath as Area 51, a place where the deepest black projects were housed, where the line between science and the impossible blurred. Rumors claimed Pine Gap extended deep underground, its tunnels and chambers connecting to networks that stretched across the planet, and even beyond. Even before we landed, I could feel it, the weight of secrets pressing against the air. The closer we came, the more I sensed that this place was not simply a military base. It was a node, a focal point of something much greater than the official story would ever admit. I had been told I would be here for a week of briefings, meetings, and initiations into a deeper layer of the mission than I had ever been shown before. The first gathering set the tone. There were others like me, operatives who had been working quietly in different parts of the world. We sat in a chamber buried deep underground, surrounded by walls that hummed faintly with a technology I couldn't identify. The representative of the network spoke with calm certainty. Pine Gap is not just intelligence. It is part of Earth's galactic interface. Energy flows through here, streams of light that are directed to the planet at key moments. We are not only fighting the opponent through action, we are balancing their influence with resonance, with light, with consciousness. He explained that meditation groups, stationed at carefully chosen points across the planet, were quietly working in unison. Their purpose was to act as stabilizers, anchors of higher frequency, so that when chaos surged, Earth's energy would not tip into darkness. Pine Gap, like certain other locations, was a hub in this unseen network. The briefings returned again and again to the subject of 2012. They described it as a convergence point unlike any in recent human history, a cosmic alignment where Earth's position within the galaxy would amplify whatever frequency humanity collectively carried. If fear and division dominated, the opponent's influence would anchor itself more deeply into the planet. But if awakening spread, if even a portion of humanity remembered its true nature, the tide could turn. The choices made in the years leading up to 2012 would ripple outward for generations, shaping not just the future of Earth, but its place among other civilizations. As I listened, something inside me shifted. I understood why my own inner life, my thoughts, my emotions, my state of being, was as important as any assignment I carried out in the physical world. Going forward, much of my work would not be missions in the conventional sense, but meditations, dream work, and moments of stillness that carried real weight in the invisible battle around us. The days that followed were filled with briefings about humanity's galactic role. We were told Earth was not isolated, but woven into a larger web of civilizations, many of which were watching closely as the critical years ahead approached. The network reminded us that 2012 was not a random date. It was a marker, a convergence point in consciousness. Everything we did, every thought we held, was building toward that moment. I left each meeting both awed and unsettled. Awed at the magnitude of what I had been allowed to glimpse. Unsettled because I knew the responsibility was immense, and that failure was not an option.